What is up, everybody, and thank you for coming back to my channel. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the numbers for what has transpired in the real estate market for January of 2025. We had the number of listings coming down quite significantly compared to what had happened in November, but it was also a sign to say that most sellers were waiting for interest rates to further be reduced and then see exactly what happens after the holiday season. And here we are today. We have a quarter point reduction by the Bank of Canada. At the same time, we've got all this news about Trump imposing a 25% tariff, which definitely will affect the real estate market. So we're just going to be basically breaking down the numbers and taking a look at what has happened. What we do know for sure is that we've got an increased number of homes for sale. We have a decrease in the home median prices. We also have a increase in the number of listings. If you are new to the channel, we do things a little bit differently here. We look at each market segment, especially the dominant market segments within that particular city, and we break down what has happened. Because when you look at a price, so let's say something is $1 million as a median price throughout that whole city, when we look at each market segment, you'll actually see where that median price is and what has perhaps contributed the most to either the increase or the decrease in that particular segment. So not all is lost just because you've seen a decrease in that particular city. There are prices that can still go up, let's say in the detached segment in Aurora. So it's very important to understand that, arm yourself with this. I highly recommend you pause the video when we're covering a certain area that pertains most to you. Alternatively, if you are a buyer or seller and trying to understand the market a little bit more in a particular neighborhood within your city, I highly recommend you book a call via my Calendly link. We can go through what is happening with that particular neighborhood specifically and get you an idea. So it's a 30-minute free consultation. We will go over live housing prices that are happening in your neighborhood also, and at the same time do an analysis and see exactly where house prices are trending. Free value, arming yourself for you on your real estate journey. If you haven't watched my last video, we went over the GTA numbers there. We're going to be going over it very quickly here, just as all property types. We've got 915,000 as the median price. Last month we were sitting at 925,000. So, a small downturn of $10,000, which isn't huge. You're not looking at 20% declines here. Inventory has risen. And sales have declined. 3,641 units were sold versus our 3,867 the month prior. So lower should be higher, but unfortunately the market has not rebounded the way many people are predicting, even with rate cuts. 17,175 as active listings, again an increase versus the month prior of roughly 15,400. Today we're going to be taking a look at what has happened in a couple of cities throughout York region, most specifically the Township of King, Vaughan, and Newmarket, and sort of see where home prices have gone based on the market segment. In the city of Vaughan, we've got detached market, condo apartments, and townhomes. So let's go through those. And what we've got now is $1,070,000 as the median price. Last month, we were sitting at $1,240,000. So you can see a steep decline, but we need answers. We need to figure out why. Let's take a look at the inventory here. We've got 150 units sold and versus 199, which is still the same trend as all other cities so far. Lower sales. Let's take a look at the inventory of 835 active listings versus 727, which is also the same trend. We are trending upward for inventory. The detached market segment, 1.527. Last month, we were sitting at 1.670. So the detached market segment has seen a significant hit. Let's see exactly what's happened with sales. We've got 50 units sold versus 91, less than half, almost 50% decrease there. And we've got 315 active listings versus 261. So we've got freehold towns 1.140. Last month we were sitting at 1.205. So again, more steeper decreases here in Vaughan. 24 units were actually sold. Last month we were also at 24 units. We got 84 active listings versus 69 active listings in Vaughan there. Let's look at the condo apartment segment, 618,000. Last month we were sitting at 625, so fairly flat. Let's take a look at the inventory, which is going to be a big factor here. 59 units sold versus 63 units sold. And we've got active listings of 338 versus 305. Let's take a look at Newmarket, and we're going to look at three segments. We're going to look at the detached market segment, dominated at 62%, townhomes 13%, and semi-detached at 11%. So we've got the median price amongst all property types in Newmarket now at $1,090,000. We've got $1,010,000 as the median price last month. So an uptick of almost $80,000 there. Let's take a look at the inventory. We've got here 39 units sold versus 56, 192 active listings versus 144. The detached market segment is sitting now at 1.250 in Newmarket versus your 1.308, steep decrease there. Let's see what's happened with the inventory. 23 units sold versus 27, 112 active listings versus 73. So we've got semi-detached now at $1,032,000. Last month sitting at $995,000. Let's see exactly why there was a steep increase. Again, such a small amount, small sample size. Typical example here, 5 units only sold versus 8 units the month prior. 14 units are listed now versus last month's 12. And lastly, freehold towns, we've got $960,000 versus your 943 the month prior. So a little bit of an uptick. But again, small amount of inventory sold, only 3 units versus 13 the month prior. 18 are active listings versus 12 active listings there. So there you have it. You can actually see what has happened in the Township of King, Vaughan, and Newmarket. And you can see when we're looking at certain market segments, how they actually affect the overall pricing and what direction. So obviously, if we're looking at the median price amongst the GTA, we're taking a lot more data. But when we're taking a look at a particular city, then you can see that it can still shift and change that pricing to make things either look really bad or really good. So again, take this information, use this to your advantage, and basically become a better real estate investor. So if you are asking me whether today is a great time to buy, I think we should be still sitting and waiting to see what happens on the next rate cut. And at the same time, just wait for these 30 days to see what happens with these tariffs so that you can actually decide to jump into the market. As a buyer, you also can still jump into the market right now with price points at a fairly flat level. I don't know how much lower this can go unless these tariffs really impose some real pain on the real estate segment. But at the same time, if you were to jump in, you have that time. You can put some good clauses in there, extend things a little bit to see exactly where things are trending, and literally walk in with more equity than what you initially thought the home was worth. So again, if you have any other questions, book a call via my Calendly link and we can go through all things real estate. I am a level 2 mortgage specialist also. I would be more than happy to assist you with your mortgage process also. If you do find this video of value, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share the video with somebody who's on their own real estate journey. Alternatively, if you are in the process of buying and selling, want to know whether this is the right step to take, book a call via my Calendly link. We can go over the price values of your particular neighborhood as a seller to see whether it's worth it. We can also go over if you have certain properties in mind that you're looking as a buyer and you want to know whether or not this is of value. What I'm finding is a lot of realtors are not pricing homes correctly and is actually causing their clients a lot of grief because they're not going to be able to actually sell. And then even when it gets adjusted, the listing has gone stale. You need fresh eyes, but that's going to need time.